Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time we made it to Stark Mountain and explored it. This time we're gonna go through our last route and visit the last town. Let's do it. in here is the tutor for the elemental hyper beams. So fire blast, not fire blast, blast burn, hydro cannon, and frenzy plant. I'd never teach them because, as you can imagine, they're hyper beams. So unless you're guaranteeing yourself a hyper beam that an elemental hyper beam that'll knock your opponent out and then be able to switch in the next turn. Yeah. Although they are very powerful and can be very useful, so. I did forget about Route 230, so let's just do that real quick. Because it does connect when we come back. Alright, we've made it to the resort area. Let's heal. Alright, with this being the final area, let's really need to use any bells. Alright. Now, this is something that is only in Platinum, if I remember correctly. But there would have been an extra area where you would get your own villa, because you were the champion. And this is where the super contest is held. Since we didn't partake in any of the regular contests, I don't think we go in here? Oh, I guess we can. But we can't. Oh, no. Yeah, so I figured. We don't have a lot of ribbons, so we can't do anything in there. Alright. I know it feels like we just kind of rushed our way here. Didn't really, like, take on too many trainers or whatever. But like I said, this series has been going on for a long time. And, like, there are tons of other Pokemon that could be battled. You know, there's tons of trainers that we haven't battled going through here, but it's fine. I think this is the end of this series. I think there was a reason, you know, that we had so much fun doing this, because, like, you know, Scarlet had to take a bit of a break because of, you know, there was a potential collaboration that was gonna happen, and then plans changed and everything. So, you know, this was the series that filled in the gaps when, you know, Scarlet couldn't be recorded. But both Scarlet is done, and now this has come to an end. I appreciate the ability that I've gotten the chance to really try something different with the series. You know, doing the bios at the beginning, and then eventually just kind of changing it up. I really did enjoy doing the bios in the beginning, but I really feel like I should have been doing more note-taking if I was going to do that, and I did not come prepared for that. So, you know, but it's all good. I mean, we did get a lot of information in the beginning. Yeah, this is the end. There was a thought that I had about having the two champions from different games have a final battle. I don't think I'd be able to set that up properly. So, yeah. It's all good. It's all gooch. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching this series and this episode. If you liked it, please drop a like. Drop a comment about what was your favorite episode. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Ring that notification bell so that way you get all the notifications. And most importantly, make sure you take care of yourselves. I love ya. Peace.